This is it. We're just hours away now from the total solar eclipse. Oregon, the first state in the country in the path of totality. How are things faring across the region with all of these visitors showing up to see this? Welcome to KOIN 6 News. I'm Anna Canzano. Check out all of our KOIN 6 crews all across the path of totality from the coast to central Oregon. We are covering this global event as a team. Let's kick things off from McMinnville at Linfield College with our Jeff Gianola. Jeff, clearly the calm before the storm here.
It really is, and it's quiet right now, but they're expecting several thousand people here tomorrow with their glasses. And among those who's going to be here, Professor Michael Crosser, who is a teacher of physics here and astronomy. And Michael, a lot of folks in Portland say, well, we're going to be 99.8. We're not in totality. Is that big of a difference?
It actually is. That small percent difference is enough that you will not be able to see some of the most amazing features that it'll still be too bright to see. For instance, solar flares and some solar prominences that we might be able to get off of the sun.
Okay, here we'll be in totality tomorrow morning. You'll be out here educating the crowd. You'll be giving running commentary as the moon moves across the sun. What are some of the things people should look for?
So we'll actually have some students out here with us measuring the temperature drop, because it should cool down. The wind should actually pick up during the time. And we'll also notice when the moon is starting to about 50% or so, you will see the shadows, especially underneath trees. You'll see a lot of half eclipses and everything underneath the trees. So look on the ground as well as up in the sky.
And you've got your glasses here. Wear those, but you'll be giving the cue when you can take the glasses off, right?
Yes, so you need to be, even though it will get darker and darker, you still need to be wearing the glasses until the point. If you actually drive down to totality, that's the only time where you can actually take the glasses off. All the rest of the time, you should keep them on.
And then put them back on as the moon moves away from the sun again.
Exactly.
Okay, and the other thing Michael and I were talking about, enjoy the moment. People want to be taking selfies. They'll want to be taking pictures. Why not be present? It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? Really soak it in and enjoy that personal experience with thousands and millions of others.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, unless you really know how to use your camera really, really well, you're not going to get the picture that you think you're going to be able to do. Instead, just etch it into your brain and remember this moment instead.
And you will remember it the rest of your lives. We're going to be sharing it. We've never been through it. Most of you have never been through it. It is really going to be, and some folks say it's a very emotional experience tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yes.
Okay. Anna, we'll send it back to you, and we will be broadcasting live out here tomorrow morning early with the thousands that will be gathered here in wine country at historic Linfield College in McMinnville. I'll send it back to you.
You know, that is such good advice from the professor to enjoy the moment, because we've all taken that photo of the sun or the moon and been really disappointed in what the image looks like. So thank you for that. I'm sure a lot of our viewers appreciate that. Yep. Let's bring in Claire Anderson right now, who is taking a look at the traffic across the region. ODOT saying that this will be the biggest traffic event in Oregon history. Claire?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because we've had a lot of people sending out photos earlier today saying, where's the traffic we were talking about? And then people have started to see it. I even talked to a friend who took an RV down to Madras, and they were stopped in traffic for about an hour and a half just to get in to the campground. And you can see very slow go if you are going to go anywhere near Madras. So definitely a lot of people there. We also have some road closures near the Sisters area due to the wildfires. So be aware of that. If you're traveling anytime around the eclipse, be very careful. Please do not just stop in the roadway for the eclipse tomorrow morning. Find somewhere safe to go. Make sure you have your eyewear. Again, coming up, we'll also talk about the forecast for the eclipse and where the best spots will be.
We'll see you then, Claire. Thank you. As you mentioned, Madras there, 200,000 people expected in that town that usually only has around 6,000. And many of those folks have traveled thousands of miles to get there by air, by car. Jennifer Hoff is live with some of their stories. Jennifer?
Hi, Anna. Yeah, at one point we heard reports that the traffic backup around here was almost 3 hours. It seems like things have really calmed down now. To give you a sense of where we are, this is Solar Town. It's a campsite where there are about 5,000 people camping, but all afternoon it seemed to be growing by the minute. Behind us, 26, which of course the main drag here into town. And this is where everybody is. Well, there was a small group of us who are lucky to have a small world right in our own backyard.
In downtown Madras on Sunday, people are starting to pile in. Near the airport, their tents dot a farmer's field like colored candies. But up on a hill, as the sun sets ahead of the big event, another party is taking place.
My name is Norbert Yachtmann from Germany, Krefeld, and I think it's about 5,150 kilometers.
A dozen people pack onto a private back patio, and few of them are even from here.
My name is Trina, and I'm from Denmark, and I've been traveling 6,000 kilometers, give or take.
I'm Jeff Doyle from Victoria, BC, and I've traveled about 500 miles, around 800 kilometers.
Jeff has never seen a total solar eclipse. Come Monday, Norbert will have seen 6.
And this corona is totally unbelievably awesome and just touching, you know what I mean?
The journey for them, worth it, given Madras has the best chance at clear skies than any other spot in the path of totality across the whole country.
For the normal person, if you don't want to travel more than a few hundred kilometers, then yeah, it might be the only one you see in your lifetime.
Yeah, the only one you might be able to see. It has been so wonderful to meet so many different kinds of people from, again, all over the world. I wish we could introduce you to all of them. There were people also from Italy and Japan here that we got to meet. Now, again, I mentioned we get to stay with that whole group of people. The former mayor of Madras is graciously hosting us up on his property, no doubt helping us create memories from down here in Madras that we will remember for a lifetime. Reporting live in Madras, I'm Jennifer Hoff. Anna will send it back to you.
What a great experience for everyone there. Jennifer, thank you. Also in Madras this evening, our Andrew Dimbert, who's been meeting people, and they've been planning for months to be in Central Oregon for this eclipse. Andrew?
Yeah, Anna, honestly, the atmosphere here is quite like this eclipse. It's out of this world. I mean, we've been meeting people, like Jennifer mentioned, from all across the globe. And the thing that I found the most interesting is the lengths that some of these people have gone to just to get here to Madras. So we're talking some people taking 3 or 4 flights. That's about 23 hours of travel time for what really is going to amount to about 2 minutes of totality. But it didn't matter to those we talked to, whether they flew in or drove. Everyone is saying the same thing. It was well worth it, and we haven't even experienced a solar eclipse yet. Make no mistake about it, the hype is very real. Madras is the place to be.
I've come, thousands of miles to be here. This area came up as the best place in terms of the weather, highest chance of sun, plus we have some friends in California.
Well, we have 4 flights, and it took 23 hours to get here. But it was nice, and we have been looking forward to this for many, many months.
Next one will be, I'll be about 101, so I figured better enjoy this one while we can.
Yeah, and really the only concerns we had all week were possibly traffic. We didn't really have any problems with that yesterday. We hit the road from Portland at around 8 or 9 a.m. and made it to Madras in just a couple of hours. But now we are starting to see traffic in the downtown area, mainly for people who are trying to get to one of the 3 campsites here. We're talking about delays at about 2 hours before people actually get to their campsite. But, it's a small price to pay to be a part of history. Reporting live from Madras, Andrew Dimbert for KOIN 6 News. Anna?
Andrew, thank you. And that may give people pause as they think about heading out to try and get into the path of totality. Salem is the first big town that will experience totality, and that's why OMSI is hosting a huge viewing party at the fairgrounds there. Our Tim Becker is live there tonight. And Tim, how many people are they expecting?
Tell you what, Anna, take a look around me here. See all of these seats behind me here? They are going to be full of people who signed up for that OMSI event. Now, the thing sold out a couple of months ago, actually, and we're talking a little over 8,500 folks. Now, the entire Salem area itself has been expecting as many as 500,000 visitors. They opened all 93 of their city parks for free camping, and hundreds already have been there by early this morning. Of course, there's going to be way more by now, about 6-7 hours later. West of town, a few miles, Eola Hills Winery is expecting more than 1,200 people at their eclipse viewing party tomorrow. But back here at the fairgrounds, well, this will be ground zero pretty much for the viewing in Salem. The program begins at 6 a.m. They're going to have 4 guest speakers. They include astronaut Don Pettit, an Oregon native who has watched eclipses from space several times, but never from the ground.
To get something like a solar eclipse, which is literally in everyone's face, And to have all these people starting to think a little bit about science, and wow, there's math behind predicting this, and then there's human physiology, like why can't I just look at the sun? And I think that's good.
Well, you know, a little something that I just learned today, if you're in the path of totality, it is okay to take off your glasses during totality. They tell me, though, you want to do that only for that minute or two. But what that does, back live here, is it increases the chances of being able to see some stars and maybe some of the other planets just as you would at night. We're going to be here tomorrow when that moment hits. Right now, what you're looking at, and you probably heard earlier, is some of the folks that are out here practicing for the program that will be a part of the whole event here tomorrow. We'll be here to share that moment with you. Live in Salem, Tim Becker, KOIN 6 News.
Yes, we were wondering about that drumming. Thanks for filling us in on that, Tim Becker. Thank you. And next here on KOIN 6 News, what about what's happening on the coast? Are people going to take the chances